Right, so I think this is let's see here. This is just a quick one, I guess. I'll find this fucking. This is a quick one. I think like sometimes when I scroll social media, I just see stuff that just like gets on my nerves here and there. And I think it's okay, but it's at the same time because I think that it takes a lot to actually understand reality, right? And at the level at which you perceive it in terms of like what are the practical aspects of your understanding of it, because there is the short-term vision and then there's the long-term vision. I was actually going to share this with somebody, but obviously, in the truth of it all, right? There's few of us, and I like to consider myself one of those that knows, right? But that's not always the case, right? That's not always the case. Um, a lot of the time, people, you know, control the thing that everybody wants to have, right? Everybody wants it. But it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody should have it, right? Um, Unfortunately. So I'll say, uh, then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven, God, prepared as bride beautifully dressed for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, "Look, God, God's dwelling place is now among the people, and he will dwell with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe every tear from their eyes. They will be no more or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away." Right? That's the sort of initial onset here. So, if we begin to understand, because a lot of people want to comprehend, like people, everybody wants control so much, right? But I think that ultimately we should always focus on control of our own selves and beings, right? That's the perfect place to start, um, in my understanding. And of course, we can't be, you know, overlooking people that are doing wrong in one instance or another, right? Because again, at the same time, we have to understand that in all reality, considering the notion of, you know, Moses and the city that was built in those beginning times, through that process of adhering to the notion of the right thing, right? So for me, I have this ring here. This ring here says that I am your God, and what that ultimately means is that like it is a declaration, an ancient declaration, right, of a being claiming, you know, the notion that you know is godliness, right? So be it a being or concept in line with whatever was in tune at that time. Um, Stating that there was a proclamation by God in stating that He is God, right? And that's the definition of this ring here. So this here that I've just read from Revelation, what we're coming to the understanding of is that there is a predestined city, right? There's a predestined future city. He'll wipe away every tear from the eyes. There will be no more death, or mourning, or crying, or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. He who was seated on the throne said, "I am making everything new." Then he said, "Write this down, for those words are trustworthy and true." So this new city that we're building, yeah, but whether we're building it or not, right? So this new city, yeah, is a predestined existing city where, in your conceptual understanding, time exists, right? And a lot that encompasses this, which I'm never going to get into now, it's going to take a couple of years for me to actually formulate this. A lot of the ideas have been quantified in media, in trying in like movies and stuff, and just trying to get the idea, to get understanding, but they never truly grasp it, right? Something binds this reality into its own existential existence, and they do try to explore, and a lot of philosophers have in the past as well to really get at it, but it's difficult to put into fruition, as in to be made it tangible. But it's little truths that are spread apart that need to be put together. He who was seated on the throne said, I am making everything new. Then he said, write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true. He said to me, it is done. I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, right? Eternity, right? To the thirsty, I will give water without cost from the spring of the water of life. Who are victorious will inherit all this, and I will be their God, and they will be my children. But the cowardly and unbelieving, the vile, the sexually immoral, those who practice magical arts, the idolaters, and all liars, they will be consigned to the fiery lake of the burning sulfur. This is the second death, right? So everybody gets an opportunity ultimately, right? Everybody gets an opportunity. Like obviously, of course, I'm one of them guys there, bro. I'm one of those I might be sexually immoral, maybe. Might practice aspectual magical arts, but so did Moses. So did a lot of other people, you know. But I think that's not the point. I think the point there is in one aspect. So I think, like, you know, it's difficult for me to take away from these words and edit them to suit my needs, or to make it appear as though like kind of lied. You know, but basically the lake of fire is like, you know, like it's where your clone goes, basically, like just just like that thing that we don't basically, once you go there, it's like you don't get re-thingy, you get these clones and stuff. Obviously, it's like these, like like a lot of people, these are not like novel ideas. Like this is like all ancient stuff that's like existed for a long time. But people have obviously changed their understanding of it in different functionalities. But there's a lot of truths, and half truths. One of the seven angels who had seven bowls full of the seven last plagues came in and said to me, because of course, gotta have, like, you know, like, yeah, let's never get to that, man. Like, come, I'll show you the bride, the lamb. And he carried me away in the spirit to a mountain great and high, and showed me the holy city, Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, right? So this is the bride, the wife of the lamb. In this term here, I'm not talking about Jesus, but we're talking about the first earth that had passed away. Ideally, so here we're talking about the city coming down out of heaven from God. It's shown with the glory of God, and its brilliance was like that of a very precious jewel, like a jasper, clear as crystal. Right? It had a great high wall with 12 gates and 12 angels at the gates. This we're talking. This is the lost city. In this city, time travel, like, even it's like time travel is a reality, right? Like, time travel is a reality in this environment. So imagine that, right? Like, the way it must work in there is fucking insane, right? And it ain't for just anybody. Like, you know, we're talking the creme de la creme here. So this already exists, right? Um, and basically anyone who contradicts the building of that city is an enemy of the heavens, right? I hope that logically makes sense. So anybody like these people, you know, are ultimate enemies of heaven and should die and perish. You know, they be bodied off and except they should be killed, but not by human, I guess, because now they to actually quantify as to their, their validity. But enemies of that city basically get their enemies. From a holy perspective. You know what I said? Anyone who contradicts the building of that city, this is the final authority, right? And a lot of the time, a lot of the people, like, unfortunately, just don't have the power to even like begin to, you know, give rightful insight relating to these things. And the people that do are very closed off, and they're not very, welcoming in terms of, well, they can be at times, but they're not very. You won't find them on the way, basically. The glory of God and its brilliance was like that of a very precious jewel, like jasper, clear crystal. It had a great high wall with 12 gates, and with 12 angels at the other gates. On the gates were written the names of the 12 tribes of Israel. Right? You come back to Israel again. It's vital. It's just basically is real. That's all it is. It is real for the ignorant amongst us. That tongue was very important to get right. Is real, right? And regarding the 12 tribes, we get to that. It's relatively complex. Um, right? Because it's like, who are we? There's always the issue about who we are actually talking about here, right? Some people reference this as like an epoch, as an epoch, a beginning, right? A beginning of a revelation, and some people reference it as otherwise. Complicated to pinpoint and ascertain and determine as to the the, the process of not only the pre-flood world, and there's a how back here. Like, that's one of the notions that we always wonder. We're talking straight from the Exodus. Are we talking from the tabernacle in the desert? Is that where we're going from here? Where exactly do we start quantifying the 12 tribes? Well, I hope I'm using the right thing to record here. I've got my earphones in, but sometimes let's see. Yeah, got it. All right, cool. Right, so yeah, that's pretty much that. On the gates were written the names of the 12 tribes of Israel. There were three gates in the east, three gates in the north, three gates in the south, three gates in the west. The word of the city had 12 foundations. On them were the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. Right, are we talking about Jesus there, and are we talking about the disciples, or are we still talking about the 12 tribes of Israel? And I think, God knows. Look, I don't really read the Bible right now anyway. It's sad, yeah, because I want to do ayahuasca, but then I don't want to read the Bible. If I read the Bible after ayahuasca, I'm not gonna be like the ayahuasca people or all bad people. Like, am I gonna look at it from a negative perspective? Read the Bible, or would it be much better to read the Bible first? And you see, it's the little dilemmas I have. Because I definitely don't think that ayahuasca are definitely evil people per se. I definitely think it's a psychological thing. I don't know what the active compound is, but I definitely know that in my lifetime I said that I would never want to do DMT. So I hope that's not the active compound in that. But you know, I don't want I wouldn't want I don't know how that's gonna go, but I'm definitely gonna read the whole Bible one day. I think they were told to me that the world gold to measure the city, its gates and its walls. The city was laid out like a square. As long as it was wide, he measured the city with the rod and found it to be 12,000 stadia. What's that? Stadia in length and as wide and high as it is long. I don't know what that particular measurement is there, but I definitely encompass that maybe it's some type of like, know, tesseract or hypercube maybe, where if you go in, it's big on the fucking inside. Yeah, maybe I don't know, man. This ain't no Doctor Who bullshit. Um, maybe the unique replication or some sort. Definitely not talking about the Kaaba and Mecca. I'll tell you now. The angel measured the wall using human measurement, and it was 144 cubits thick. The wall was made of jasper, and the city of pure gold is pure glass. Now, gold, yeah, the city was made of gold, right? And what do we know about gold? We know that gold is non-corrosive, right? So, put acid on gold, it doesn't really, so the city is the foundations are stable to a point where it will never become eroded, never become damaged. Everything is built to purpose because it's a time what? It's a time city. So, the foundations of each process has been developed in a particular formation, right? Pure gold, man. It's pure as glass. The world's amazing. Of jasper. I don't know what are the properties of jasper. Let's see. Quartz, crypto, crystalline, cal, chalcedon, and another mineral phases. It's an opaque, impure variety of silica, usually yellow in color. Okay, somebody has to have explored this, man. I don't know what the new age kids are saying about this, but this should look kind of piff. Yeah, no, Jasper looks good, man. Jasper looks good, but it comes in though. For being Jasper, I agree. Yeah, Jasper looks good actually. Under my guy. So for me, bro, I just don't know how to deal with it, man. Like, well, I know how it should be, bro. Some artifacts do look nice though. I ain't gonna lie. The monument. Oh, what did I just close? Oh, I just closed. I stopped that. Yeah, man, some of these look actually pretty decent. Yeah, Jasper looks nice, man. Jasper looks nice. So yeah, so these are all the formations, right? So I think that the crystalline process probably define attributes of the city's formation, right? Some of these particular stones. So if you look at the descriptions, you find adequate meaning referencing. So and references. So basically, that's it, man. That's the process. As for the world, like, bro, you man can try, man. It's probably not gonna turn out the way that you imagine it will. You know. Um, I don't know, man. For me, I have my own issues. Like, something you I just have like this thing where like my hand just shakes. Like what? It's not doing it now though. But I think if I it's just this coffee here. You know this little. I don't know if you ever tried it before. Strength 4. The pack punch. Latin America freeze dried coffee, 100% Arabic. Yeah, man, shit, it's different, man. This is one head heap teaspoon of instant coffee ground into a cup. I put two into this motherfucker. That's why. So by the time afternoon comes, hot water. Yeah, no. Yes, use it in 4 weeks. Brian using this shit 4 weeks. So by the time the afternoon comes, bro, my hand just like I'm like, cuz, what the fuck going on? You know? That's what that's the maybe because some brain sign kind. I was kind of worried about that. Um, yeah, man, the Bible is nice, and I'm definitely prepared to read the Revelation and just having worries about when to read it. And also, the times have really changed. I had recommendations from one guy I really respected. He said Paul. I can't see Paul. I can't see a book about Paul here. Does Paul have a? There's Peter, John, Jude. Does Paul have a book? Nah, man, I ain't gonna get to Paul. There ain't no Paul, bro. There ain't no Paul. See, should I do the Old Testament? I would love to do this. So that's the thing, yeah. Old Testament, Malachi, and the Old Testament, fam. There was Zechariah. See, I'm probably just gonna do. I'm gonna jump over a couple of these here. I think Psalms would be good. YOLO stuff. Uh, yeah, I might skip Kings, man. Might skip Kings. Deuteronomy definitely skip that. Numbers probably be okay as well, but a bit too. I might just jump over a couple of these. I'll come back for the sick ones. So Ezekiel will be sick. Yeah, yeah. Ezekiel will be awesome. Daniel might be good as well. Amos might be okay. Everyone gets judged from Israel's neighbors and Israel fam. So this is the thing. Yeah, a lot of people think that like us, we're all in it, fam. So make sure you're standing and you can stand with heart, fam, because that's what saves you at the end of the day. I ain't gonna lie, man. If you're in the Old Testament, if you're in the New Testament, they should just read the whole thing. I think it should be fun enough. Matthew's got bars. Wait, yeah, Luke should be alright. Romans, I don't know about Romans though. Okay, yeah, I'm dead to sin, alive to Christ. Okay, Romans can push through. Corinth and Corinthians and all that type of stuff there, fam. I used to have one guy I hung out with. He used to talk about letters to the Corinthians. Philippines, Philippians. I don't know. A couple of these are good though. I think some of these Hebrews should be nice. That one just sounds good, man. The final word, his son. Uh, son, Jesus. Jesus good at. There's a couple of things that's looking a bit suspicious here. And also, what translation do I want to go through? Do I want to do New International Version or do I want to do King James's version? King James's version, when they made it, they had the idea to make it more majestic, more superior as like a presentation of something great. So that'd be one of the good things there. The elder to the lady chosen by God, my children. Um, cool. Yeah, Peter's alright here. Praise to God for living of hope, stone and chosen people, suffering for doing good, living for God. To the elders in the flock. So yeah, man, that's it, man. That's all, man. I just wanted to really bring to light the truth relating to this city and understanding the predestination nature of it and the vitalness of it. And those are the concepts of time. It's all embedded in there. If you want to learn about time, you can be taught it, but it takes a lot more, and it's not going to be like what you expect it to, right? Um, it's complicated, the semantics of it, but I'm telling you the truth out there. But you have to go to it, and you have to be. And it's not like just like anything else, like you know, like building bridges and engineering and stuff. It's difficult stuff. It can be, it's yeah, it's not easy things, but you can get to it. Even I have mad enough information on it, but I just didn't give it away on a whim. At least not now, anyway. It'll probably take a couple of years because I still have to learn a lot of shit, like a lot of shit. Where am I at the moment with this? Let's see. I'm on and sometimes you get reference to other shit, so you have to leave the shit that you're on and go to the other shit. And when you get to the other shit, like cause too much to bro. Like the things man's gotta learn just make life like it's just crazy, man. To be honest. All right, so let's see other shit. Other shit. Where we at? Yeah, I got mad content still. Mad lie. Mad content. Mad content. Mad content, fam. Mad content. Mad content. Cause man's blessed with content. Yeah, mad. Like way the shit just delivered itself, man, was insane. But I have it. But where am I at? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I got too much, man. Too much, man. Just time enough because the peas in that fam. So it's kind of a mad thing. Because when I spend peas, I have to make guap, I have to make money, and I have to do these other things on the side. And that's where I get to some aspects. So right now I'm on practice. Let's see. The tree of life is perhaps one of the surplus inventions in our modern world, despite its great age, and I would think its devisers would take it as a compliment for the title Machina Philosophica to be updated to Cosmic Computer. That's where we begin. So I hope that puts some things into perspective. Like there's a lot also that I obviously didn't, because that's not the point of this. It's not that I don't want to share in light of if one wishes to perceive the invisible, observe the visible. Yeah, nah, man, that's it, man. Niggas are here be blessed as far as blessings can go. And for me to be the one in recipient of them, fam, it's it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Look, I gotta stop. For now, I hope this yielded some insight. That's the truth. That's for me, man. It be what it be, man. The reason why I work so hard is to have enough time and comfort to fully explore and indulge in the peace and the knowledge of God. And if I so am fortunate enough to have a family under the guidance of God, uh, you know, that because I can do it on my own, I can do it under the guidance of God. If I'm blessed not to under the guidance of God, then blessed be I. Um, you know, cherish that blessing as it comes and goes. But yeah, that city. Remember that city. And understand ideas. You try to understand exactly what it is doing it.